Well, good morning, friends, and welcome back to the channel. So today I thought I would do just a quick spring/summer tour of the shop, what I call my me shed. But I've got it kind of fixed up, looking like a little primitive store in there. So I thought I would show you that real quick, what that looks like for summer before I switch everything over to fall. Also wanted to just do a quick look here at the flowers. These are zinnias. Looking pretty good. And in the middle here is the hyacinth bean vine. It has just started to bloom this week. I'll get in there a little closer so you guys can see the blooms. This viburnum is taking over. I think it likes its new spot there. I'm gonna train it up as a tree eventually. But here is the hyacinth bean vine. Here's that nice bench that I got at the Rusty Rooster antique store. That was one of my birthday presents. Bachelor's buttons, they're about on their way out. Generous garden rose there. This container's looking pretty good. Of course, I forget what these are called, but I really like them. I love that color. Something new you might notice in front of the garage, or not new, but their back is the picket fence sections. So, unfortunately, the Rusty Rooster Antique Mall, where I currently have a booth, they are closing this month. So we have been in there getting all our stuff out, and I bet we've made at least 3 or 4 trips with 2 trucks to get all the cabinets, the furniture, and of course all the knickknacks and items brought back home. So that's why you see the picket fence, and when we go in the shop there, you'll see some of the furniture that come from the booth. So yeah, I'm bummed about it. I think the owners were just getting older and getting tired of it, and somebody I guess had enough money to not turn down the deal, so they are closing their doors, unfortunately, or the Rusty Rooster will be no more. I think the new owners are wanting to do some like new stuff and not like antiques and, you know, the handmade stuff that we like. So anyway, but it's not all bad news, because at the last minute Thursday, first of all, a couple weeks ago, I called around all around here to all of the local peddlers malls and vendors village. We even have a new America's Antique store like 2 minutes down the road. And everyone that I called, it was a 7 to 10 year waiting list to get in there. Uh, so anyway, long story short, out of the blue Thursday, Outer Loop Peddlers Mall, which is probably 12 or 15 minutes from me, they called me and said that they had several booths available. So, August 1st, which is next Saturday, we will be moving into our new location inside Outer Loop Peddlers Mall. So if you're around, if you're from here in the Louisville area, that's where we'll be moving to. So it's not a complete letdown, but I've never done a Peddlers Mall before. I'm actually kind of new to the whole, the vendors booth situation. I know it won't be as cosmetically pretty and nice as the Rusty Rooster was, but um, I'm not ready to give up on making my crafts and selling my stuff. So I'm gonna give the Peddlers Mall a shot. One thing about the Peddlers Mall, they will be open 7 days a week, longer hours than the Rusty Rooster, and they will have a lot more foot traffic. So I'm hoping business will be good. So anyway, this is, I think I showed this in the last video. I just flipped that wash tub around and put that bucket of geraniums in there. Added the tobacco basket. These vines over here are birdhouse gourds. And I have got a lot of gourds coming. And I'm going to be drying these things for primitive decor. And anyway, you guys know how popular they are in the prim world. Check out this one. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. Hang on. But anyway, there's a really nice one in there. I'm excited about that one. But they're just all over the place. So that will be fun later this summer. Instead of picking pumpkins this year, we're going to be picking gourds. Alright. Guess I can show you what the windows look like. I tried to, going through the gate real quick. I tried to do a little display here in my windows on the shed here. Again, trying to make it look like a little country store would look like. I don't know if you can see what all's in the windows with the glare. That sign there I got at Peddlers Mall. Thought it was perfect. Home decor and more. Trying to get my reflection out there. Nobody wants to see that. But yeah, I just got everything displayed a little bit on the windows there. Of course, that'll all get changed out and redone for each season. I've already started putting out Halloween in the house. I always start at the end of July, 1st of August. And since it decided to rain all day yesterday and kept me from doing my yard work, I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling out Halloween. So that's what I did yesterday. Of course, it takes me a few weeks to get everything situated. And then Labor Day weekend, I will be doing the yard. So I like to get a head start on the inside. So let's go in the shop and see what it looks like for spring and summer. Got a rabbit there from Hobby Lobby. This never sold in the booth, which I was shocked, but I distressed it a little bit more than how it was at the store. Sorry for the shakiness. The mosquitoes are very heavy. These little sunflowers I got at Hobby Lobby, and I just made, got some cheap terracotta pots. They're plastic. Added some moss and just kind of made a little prim sunflower pot. I got this little primitive box here from a friend and fellow vendor at Rusty Rooster. My mom made this sign for me for the booth for my birthday. I don't know if you can see that, but it says the Primitive Crow, Antiques, Primitives, Handmade and Vintage. So for the summer here, I got the bees out, the honeybees, the geraniums, and of course the flags for the 4th of July holiday. This bee skep is handmade. I just glued a little metal bee there to it and stuck this in the top. My grandma there, and this is her. That jar there is her jar of dried flowers that she had probably before I was born. It was handed down to my mom, and my mom gave it to me, so I've had that forever. That's one of those special things. And another little special thing here is this blue crock or jar. My mom made that in school when she was in grade school. Of course, for summer, you gotta have the little antique shovel and rake there. These are some geraniums that I just kind of tossed in some cinnamon, or put some cinnamon on them to make them more prim. Just some flags, and like I said, I still got some 4th of July stuff up. Some pictures. This barn picture. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a barn with a flag on it. For summer. Try not to make you guys seasick. Some of my favorite things right here are the this rusty bucket. You guys know I love my rust and my chippy paint. So that's one of my favorite things. And this wire basket with the gourds. Hoping this is coming out okay. It's looking a little blurry on my iPad. Another one of my favorite things here is this sheep. Sorry guys, I'm swatting at the mosquitoes. Littlewood Star, Americana Star, and Uncle Sam. So again, that white cabinet here, that was in the booth. So that fit pretty good here. I don't know if I'm going to take that to the new one or not. The top piece of that is really heavy. And this door was in the booth. As well as this antique high chair. These are the handmade Uncle Sam ornaments that I made this year. And these are the handmade Uncle Sams that I also made. I did sell some of my primitive faux pantry cakes. I have one of those left. And some more Americana and 4th of July pieces here. Primitive Uncle Sam. All of this was in the booth, this rooster. These white cabinets come from the booth as well, and they fit in here nicely. I probably will take these to the new space. I found a picture of my dad, me and my dad, in a crock, one of these crocks. And then I just brought my old bows out here because, like I said, I'm decorating the inside for Halloween, so all of that everyday stuff comes down and has to go somewhere. So I stuck that out here. This corner cabinet here come from the booth. I thought my scale looked good on there, and my faux primitive bundt cake. These are faux cookies that I made as well. Everything's a little dusty again. This is not real pewter. These are just random metal plates that my grandma gave to me, and then I spray painted them with that hammered look spray paint. So from a distance they kind of look like they're pewter, but they're not. One of those things, I think I made a saying, fake it till you can pay it. These are my grandma's Watts pieces. Those will come in at Christmas time. I think the red and green is perfect for that. Then on the table here, I did go ahead and add a pumpkin. Couldn't resist. I just got it sitting on a little grapevine wreath, sitting on a piece of coverlet. Now this is old, legit coverlet. Old Crow Cafe. Alright guys, so that is the tour of the shed during spring and summer. Hopefully you all will come back and see it at fall and Halloween. So like I said, we got a lot of stuff going on here with moving the booth, and of course we're getting ready to go into spooky season, so we got all that coming up. I'm also finishing up some stuff, handmade stuff for Halloween for the booth, so I gotta get that done. I'm waiting for the grass and everything to dry out so I can get out here and weed eat and mow. So, you know, the list goes on and on. But hopefully you guys are all doing well. I can see I got a mosquito on my forehead. I'm gonna get off here, and hope you guys have a great week ahead, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for watching.